A fishing boat pulls in a heavy net. Inside it is a living being, humanoid, aquatic, breathing. The crew has no plan and no patience. They panic and kill the creature. This creature is later identified as a Homo aqua, also known as a sea devil. The story then shifts to Barclay Pierre Dupont. He is an ordinary man with an ordinary routine. He works as a transport clerk for UNIT, handling schedules and deliveries, never missions. A clerical error activates him as a replacement for another worker. Barclay does not argue. He drops his daughter off, says goodbye, and joins a military transport led by General Austin Pierce. They travel to a remote island where the situation is already under control, at least on the surface. On the island, the dead Homo aqua is presented to the team. Scientists confirm the species is aquatic and intelligent. Whilst officers discuss containment and threat levels, Barclay steps forward quietly. He makes the sign of the cross over the body. It is a small act. No one comments on it. No one reacts. A scientist then explains the pearl found in the throat of the creature. The pearl functions as a biological recorder. It stores visual and sensory data from the creature's life. This means the Homo aqua recorded its death. Before any further analysis can be done, the ground beneath the body begins to move. The corpse sinks into the wet earth. 2 armed soldiers are pulled down with it and disappear. The message is clear. The Homo aqua are active, and they are responding. UNIT initiates contact on a nearby beach using a translation pulse. The sea reacts. A Homo aqua rises from the water and speaks. The message is direct. Humans killed them first. A temporary truce is established. Moments later, the creature announces that this communication is not limited to this location. Homo aqua are surfacing across the world. Humanity is now involved, whether it wants to be or not. The situation escalates to UNIT headquarters in London. Preparations are made for diplomatic talks. A water channel is constructed from the Thames into Imperial House to allow aquatic delegates to attend. Between briefings, Barclay returns home, helping his daughter and maintaining his normal routine. His personal life continues alongside the global emergency. The summit begins under the leadership of Lethbridge Stewart. Multiple aquatic representatives arrive, including Salt, a being with a human-like face. A human ambassador presents a diplomatic gift. Salt responds by presenting her own, the bodies of her children, damaged by pollution. The room falls silent. Salt then rejects the ambassador. She reveals that the Homo aqua reviewed the Pearl's recording. They saw the killing. They also saw Barclay's gesture of respect toward the dead. That moment stood out. Because of it, Salt demands that Barclay speak for humanity. Barclay is terrified. He knows he is unprepared. With no alternative and no escape, he agrees. UNIT does not celebrate this. Lethbridge Stewart brings Barclay in for questioning immediately. The interrogation is direct and relentless. She searches for hidden links, past contact, secret loyalties. Barclay has none. He is exactly what he appears to be, an ordinary man pulled into history by mistake and one moment of respect. World leaders push back hard. They want the original ambassador restored. They want experience, control, predictability. Kate ignores them and meets Salt alone. Salt does not bend. She states her condition clearly. Negotiations happen only with Barclay. She explains why. He showed compassion where others showed fear. That is enough. The first negotiation begins under extreme control. Barclay is surrounded by advisors, scripts, translators, and earpieces. Every word is planned, every answer approved. Salt changes the room instantly by asking for a glass of water from a nearby river. The glass arrives dirty and visibly polluted. Kate quietly tells Barclay it would kill him. Salt asks a simple question. If humans expect her people to survive in this water, why will he not drink it? That question breaks the script. Barclay removes his earpiece. He stops listening to governments and starts speaking as himself. He admits human responsibility without excuses. He talks about waste, greed, and systems that reward damage while hiding blame. He does not exclude himself. He does not defend humanity. He accepts fault and responsibility together. The room freezes. Salt listens. She responds with something no one expected: approval. She calls Barclay her favorite human. Barclay reunites with his ex-wife Barbara and their daughter Kirby in a secure hotel. Their conversations are tense and unfinished. Old wounds surface. Fame and danger complicate everything. In the shadows, something far worse is happening. A lab technician steals tissue from Salt's unhatched children. The sample is sold to Sir Keith Spears, a businessman tied to the energy industry. He believes peace with the Homo Aqua will destroy profits. This confirms a human faction actively working against peace, willing to sabotage survival for money. The second negotiation begins with humanity back in control. Barclay sticks to the script this time. He presents the official offer: a 50% reduction in ocean pollution by 2065. Salt rejects it instantly. For her people, that timeline means extinction. She turns the room against itself. She asks the politicians what they desire most. They answer without thinking: clean oceans. She accepts the answer and says she will grant it. Then the world breaks. The Homo Aqua pull plastic waste from the oceans in one coordinated act. All of it. The sea empties itself onto the land. Cities are buried in storms of plastic and debris. Barbara and Kirby are caught in the chaos. Their car is struck. They abandon it and run through streets filled with falling debris, barely escaping to safety. In the aftermath, Barclay confronts Salt inside Imperial House, now surrounded by wreckage. He demands an armistice. Salt agrees to peace under 3 conditions. All pollution of oceans and waterways must stop immediately. All oceans and waterways must be recognized as Homo Aqua territory, with no human transport allowed. The next meeting must take place in the Romanche Fracture Zone, over 25,000 feet below sea level, a place deadly to humans. Barclay Pierre Dupont boards a unit deep-sea vessel alongside a diplomatic team and armed support. Their destination is the Romanche Fracture Zone, 500 miles beneath the surface. If humans want equality, they must enter an environment that does not forgive weakness. As the descent continues, pressure builds, lights fade, and the ocean closes in. They arrive at an underwater settlement carved into the fracture zone itself. The structure is vast and alive, surrounded by sea devils and other aquatic representatives watching every movement. Ambassador Salt greets them personally. The atmosphere is controlled but tense. This is not a welcoming committee. This is a trial. Before formal talks begin, Salt asks Barclay to swim ahead with her. Away from the delegation, they share a private conversation in open water. There is no audience and no script. Salt speaks about trust and survival. Barclay speaks about fear and responsibility. It becomes clear that Salt's interest in Barclay goes beyond diplomacy. The summit begins inside a massive underwater sea life. Humans take their places carefully, aware that one mistake could end everything. Talks start calmly, but the calm does not last. Ted, a member of the human delegation, reveals his true plan to end the talks permanently. Ted activates a sonic device designed to kill Salt and collapse the negotiation in one act. Barclay sees it before Ted's control and falls. It detonates anyway. While this unfolds beneath the ocean, the situation on land collapses in parallel. In London, Kate Lethbridge Stewart faces increasing pressure from Downing Street. The Prime Minister wavers. Military leaders and corporate oil interests move into position. General Gunsberg pushes for control, framing UNIT as reckless and unfit. A quiet takeover begins, fueled by fear and profit. Kate tries to step away for one night. At home, she allows herself a moment of peace with her partner.
That moment ends when a sniper's laser cuts across the room. Her partner sees it first. He reacts instantly, stepping in front of her. The shot kills him. Kate survives because someone else chose her life over his own.
Reaches him in time. She pulls him upward through the water and shares oxygen with him, keeping him alive as they rise toward the surface. Violence. The message is false. It is a deepfake. The damage is real anyway. When Salt and Barclay surface, Unit recovers them quickly. The situation turns hostile within minutes. Salt is taken into custody. During transport, Barclay recognizes the driver. He acts without asking permission. He takes control of the vehicle and drives while everything else burns. Kate, meanwhile, carries grief and command at the... Now led by tide, the Sea Devils reveal what they have already started. They are melting the polar ice caps at an accelerated rate. This is not a threat meant to scare. It is a process already in motion. In 5 years, the world will flood. Tide speaks about it without emotion and calls the entire conflict an inconvenience. Human loss does not concern him. As the planet moves toward disaster, the main characters reach breaking points. Barclay is held inside a secure hotel under constant watch. His body is changing. He feels pain, weakness, and confusion. Grief follows him everywhere. At night, he escapes the hotel and walks to the shore. He calls out to Salt into the ocean again and again, hoping she will answer. Kate Lethbridge Stewart remains at her post, but she is barely holding together. She is dealing with grief and PTSD after her partner's death. She refuses to leave duty. When her therapist suggests she step back, Kate threatens to expose private records unless her medication is doubled. Staying active becomes her only way forward. Salt contacts Barclay in secret. She gives him no explanation. She sends only one word: a cord. Before anyone can act on it, the world changes again. Sea devil bodies begin washing ashore across the globe, thousands of them. Scientists identify the cause quickly: a human-made virus called severance. It suffocates sea devils from the inside. This is not an accident. This is genocide. Salt survives. Only 10% of her species does. She returns to speak for them. She does not argue. She does not threaten. She says the war is over. Humanity has won. The sea devils are defeated. Human leaders respond with a final decision. The surviving sea devils will be confined to a trench in the Pacific Ocean. They will live there permanently. Salt accepts the terms out of fear for her people. She leaves without resistance. As she swims away, the negotiation tank breaks apart. After this, chaos follows. A crowd turns on Barclay. Kate rescues him and drives him to the coast. She knows what must happen next. Barclay runs into the sea. Salt rises to meet him. They kiss. Barclay then reveals the truth. He has developed gills. His body changed during the deep sea rescue. He can live underwater. The Accord was Salt's plan, a plan for humans and sea devils to join and share the world. That plan died with severance. Barclay still makes his choice. He stays with Salt. He swims away into the ocean, leaving his human life behind. The final scene returns to Kate. She walks along the beach and sees a jogger throw trash on the sand. She asks him to pick it up. He refuses. Kate pulls her gun and screams at him to pick it up, over and over, shaking with grief.